Hey everyone, Wags here from Eagle Dynamics, and in the open beta next week we have some updates coming for the A-10C II. So I thought I'd make a little video to talk about some of those. So right off the bat you may notice that we've actually moved the default view back about 12 inches in the cockpit, both for 2D and VR, and this much better matches our professional customer expectation. If we lean in, take a look at the USC, we've added the labels to the radio buttons here, which will be more into play once we've added the ARC210 radio. Coming down, we can now click on the base of the stick to remove it if we wish. And here on the CMS panel, we have the option now to load up to 480 flares. Looking to the left through the HMD, we now have dashed blue lines between a donor and its mini speed, which provides a much better correlation between those two. Now, if this is actually a flight member, then it would be a solid blue line between the two. Looking here at the targeting pod, we have a new label, B-S. With negative 150 mils. And as you might imagine, this is our new Boresight function, which allows you to press this button to, at any time, return the pod to Boresight. So for example, if I go ahead and manually slew down, click on the BS OSB, and returns it right back. So the default value is negative 150, but we can change that. Let's make it 250. So 250, we click on the button, and it goes right back. Next, we have some changes to the Hotest system. Namely, first is how you assign your sensor of interest between the HUD and the HMD. So now, with the update, when you're in HMD and you want to make your sensor of interest, you'll push down on the coolie hat switch. So you can see now this is our sensor of interest indicated by the mark. To make the HUD the sensor of interest, we'll go up on the coolie hat switch, again indicated by the mark here. The other big change on the Hotest is the China hat. With the update, going aft on the China hat will slew the targeting pod to your current steer point. Going forward on the China hat will slew sensors and weapons to your current speed. Now we've also added a little visual element to the external aircraft in the form of vapes. Let's take a look at that. Okay, at this point, let's take a look at the Special Options tab for the A-10C II. Okay, so I'm now here in the Special tab with the A-10C II selected. And as before, I still have the customized option between the aged and the factory new. But now we have the HMD render eye. Default would be right eye, which would be realistic. But if you want, you can go to left eye or even both eyes. And then below that, we have our default gun mode. Right now, it still defaults to the CCIP gun reticle, but if you wish, you could also make it default to the CCIP gun cross instead. Now, in addition to these changes of outline, we have quite a few more also coming. Just to name a few, the GB54 falling short has been corrected, the external lights when flashing, we've updated the missions in the manual, the APU speed has been adjusted, the CBU 103, 105 jettisons has been changed, and there's been several changes to how the HMD is rendered when in VR, just to name a few. There'll be quite a few also listed in the changelog coming up. Anyhow, folks, I very much hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks.